We welcome you back to Isomel Family Field for some Friday non-conference action on the women's lacrosse field between the Brevard College Tornadoes and the Randolph Wildcats. Ryan Wilkes taking through all your coverage today as the Tornadoes and the Wildcats both look to get back on track a little bit. The Tornadoes 1-3 this season. The lone win came in conference play against North Carolina Wesleyan just a couple games ago, but a little bit of a struggle recently at Guilford and at Oglethorpe in the past two games. Same deal for Randolph, 0-4, looking for their first win. A bit of a short-handed squad. Won't see any subs today for Randolph. And only 11 players out there on the field. We'll talk about the Tornadoes first. It's number 1, Maddie Norris, the midfielder. Number 2, the defender, Tallulah Fish. Number 9, the sophomore defender, Ray Gurnier. The attacker, number 10, Sophia Harden. The attacker and the leader in points for this Tornado team this year, number 12, Zan Hill. Number 13, Jordan Fournette, the midfielder. Number 14, Natalie Lopez-Velez, the freshman midfielder/defender. Number 16, Delana Smallwood on defense. Number 20, Ariana Casertano, the attacker. And number 24, Emma Demkovich on defense, as well as Kinsley Burris-Whitesides and Kyla Smith-Fondal in goal. The opening draw set to get underway here at midfield. As it's flipped towards Zan Hill, and the Tornadoes win the first possession. Zan Hill down the far sideline, defended by the long stick of the Wildcats as she works her way towards goal on the game's opening possession. Hill looking for an option. We'll pull it out for the Tornadoes with 82 on the timer. 10 seconds into this one on a beautiful, windy Friday afternoon here in Brevard, North Carolina, as Hill has it up top. And the Tornadoes set up offensively on the game's opening possession. Zan Hill has been one of the leaders for this team, the senior, as she feeds it off. And it's taken away by the Wildcats for a turnover. Randolph looks to clear as it's flipped towards midfield, and it will do so as the Wildcats bring it across. Looks like Henley Bagby. Some tough numbers to read for the Wildcats today. Yellow numbers on white jerseys as Bagby has it towards the left side of the goal and will set things up for the game's opening possession for Randolph. Bagby behind goal, defended by Emma Demkovich, as she'll swing it outside with 55 to shoot. Swing over to the top for Emily Tataran. She feeds it off to Maria Winfield. As Randolph swings it around the horn here with Maddie Baldwin. It's behind the net again with Bagby. She tries to work her way inside on Demkovich with 26 on the timer. Randolph looking for an option. Fed inside. It's knocked loose as Hill was able to poke it away, but it's tracked down on the far end zone. Now a swing inside, a shot, and a save. It's knocked around, and it's still loose on the turf with under 10 to shoot. Now a shot inside and a goal. It was scooped up inside, trying to see who netted that goal. It's hard to tell again with these numbers. But Randolph is on the board. It looked like number 9 got in there for the Wildcats, Allie Horn, to score the game's opening goal.
Wildcats, Allie Horn.
So 1-0 your score. Randolph on the board first. As a ball that was just poked loose inside the circle, and Horn was able to find the back of the net. Casertano at midfield for the draw for the Tornadoes. Brevard trailing by 1 early. This one flipped up and knocked around near midfield. Casertano giving chase. She scoops up the ground ball, and the Tornadoes win back-to-back draws to start this ball game. Casertano racing across midfield. The Tornadoes move left to right here in the first quarter. As Brevard looks for an answer after Randolph gets the game's opening goal. On kind of a look-what-I-found type goal as Casertano slices inside as it poked loose, and Maddie Norris will scoop it up for Brevard. Not a bad move there from Casertano, but the Randolph defense collapsed and turned away Casertano. As Norris swings it up top for Zan Hill. Zan leading goal scorer on this team, gets inside, shoots, and it's off to the left. But Brevard, the first to it, will keep possession. With 41 the timer, flip inside for Zan. She couldn't get her stick on it. It's poked loose, and Randolph able to control. The Wildcats look to clear again with Bagby, and will do so. Randolph 2 for 2 on clears to start this ball game. Bagby at the top. Defended tightly by the Tornadoes here on this possession as she controls it with under 70 to shoot. Horn, the goal scorer, flips it around towards Tattaron. Now on the far side, Randolph has it with 55 to shoot. Back out for Tattaron. The Wildcats have been patient on the first 2 possessions of this one as Tattaron tries to get inside. She flips it inside. A quick shot and another goal for the Wildcats. Again, the number is a little bit hard to read, but we'll get you that name here in a second as it's back-to-back goals to open the game for Randolph, and it's 2-0. Looks like Mackenzie Woodson was the one to net the goal.
Wildcats goal, Mackenzie Woodson.
So 2-0 Wildcats in the early going with 11:20 to go here in the first quarter.
Another goal for Randolph, yes, sir.
So Wildcats win the draw, the first draw win for Randolph here in this contest, and it's 2-0. Just about 4 minutes in. Randolph again playing down a player. Only 11 players on the field to Brevard's 12. As Demkovic battling for it on the far side. It's poked loose. Demkovic going to win it back for the Tornadoes. Brevard looks to clear as Demkovic flips it off to Kyla Smith-Fondal, who will launch it towards midfield for Ariana Casertano. She's able to scoop it up and get it across for Brevard. But then it's knocked loose at midfield. Casertano physically wins it back. And we'll get it off to Zan Hill. 10:30 to go. Brevard with an early 2-0 deficit as Zan tries to work her way inside. Slices through a shot and a save as it pokes off the stick of Ray Norville and out of play. Good save from Norville and a nice shot from Zan Hill. Brevard keeps possession behind the net as it's flipped inside towards Fournette. And now a shot and a goal. Fournette saw the goal wide open, and she knocked it home on Norville. And Brevard's within 1.
Tornadoes goal. Tornadoes goal number 13, Jordan Fournette.
Jordan Fournette makes it 2-1 as Brevard's on the board for the first time today. And the Tornadoes back within 1 here with 10:06 to play in the first quarter. Face off at midfield. Again, Casertano back out there. As it's launched up, Casertano tries to win it, but it's going to fall to Randolph momentarily. But Zan Hill on the back end, able to scoop it up. Here comes Zan left to right. Brevard looking for the equalizer here about 5 minutes in to this Friday afternoon contest at Ives-Lamel Family Field. Hill makes a move, gets inside, rips a shot, she scores. Zan Hill makes it 2-2 as she works her way inside, and Brevard has scored the last 2.
Tornadoes goal. Tornadoes goal number 12, Zan Hill.
Zan has herself another goal, make it 8 goals on the season for Zan to match her 8 assists. Team high 16 points for Zan. And Brevard matches a quick 2-0 surge with one of their own to tie it up with 9:44 to go in the first quarter. Casertano heads back to midfield to do the draw duties. As Brevard able to go on a quick little burst to retie this contest. It was Tattaron and Casertano at midfield. Casertano wins the draw, but now it's going to be a green card shown to Randolph. So it's Woodson to come off the field. Brevard now with a big advantage, 12 on 10.
1 minute, illegal use of cross. 8 white. 1 minute, green card, illegal use of cross.
So an illegal use of cross, and Brevard has the advantage here with Maddie Norris making her way down the field left to right. She flips off to Zan Hill, who just tied the game at 2. It's been Fournette and Hill for the 2 goals so far for Brevard. As Hill has it on the far side. Hill looking for an option. Patience here on this possession, a big one with this advantage as Hill works her way inside once again. She'll pull it back out with 62 to shoot. Looks for a cutter inside. It's knocked loose and scooped out by Norville. Looks like Fournette was cutting towards the net. And Norville will look to clear with Bagby. Bagby off to Baldwin. Baldwin had it knocked loose, but she gets it back with Norris racing over to defend. Norris jars it loose. Tries to get positioning and does. Maddie Norris poked it loose for a second, and now she wins back possession. Actually, will stay with Randolph. I think that's the right call. Looked like Norris was the last to get her stick on it. Will stay with the Wildcats with 60 to shoot. Up top with Abby Brigman, who slows things down for this Randolph offense, who scored the first 2 goals but was quickly matched by 2 Brevard goals, one by Fournette and one from the leading goal scorer and point scorer, Zan Hill, to make it 2-2. Randolph trying to get inside, a shot that goes wide, but the Wildcats first to it, and it will stay with Randolph with 33 to shoot. Clock spins, under 8 to play here in the first quarter. As a flip inside, passes too far for a cutting Wildcat, and it will be scooped up outside with 14 to shoot. Looks like Brigman has it on the far side. Pass inside to Bagby. It's off her mask, and it will be poked loose by Norris, who tries to race the other way, and she will. Maddie Norris tries to clear for the Tornadoes as Brevard creates a turnover. It's under 5 to shoot for Randolph anyway. It probably would have been a turnover regardless, but now Brevard in transition with Zan Hill. Off to Casertano. Casertano, a shot and a save from Norville as she pokes it away with her stick. And it will stay with the Tornadoes, but what a great save by Ray Norville. One-on-one with Ariana Casertano when she turns her away as Brevard retains possession with 62 to shoot. Good stuff from Norville so far. 2 saves, 2 big ones as Brevard's man-up opportunity expires. Hill makes a move on her defender, tries to get inside, but she's met by 2. Now inside, the pass too high for Casertano, and Norville receives it. And the Wildcats will try to clear again with Bagby. Henley Bagby across midfield, right to left. She'll slow things down with Jordan Fournette defending. Tight pressure here from Fournette. Forces a pass off to Maddie Baldwin. Baldwin back to Mackenzie Woodson, who has a goal in this game. Made it 2-0 at the time, Randolph, but Brevard again has tied it up on a pair of goals back-to-back to make it 2 apiece. As Woodson swings it around the horn. Now back to Woodson. Woodson, a quick shot and a goal. Woodson gets it past Kyla Smith-Fondal, and Randolph retakes a 3-2 lead.
Wildcats goal, Mackenzie Woodson.
So Woodson puts it home on the assist from Allie Horn. And Randolph has an answer to retake a 3-2 lead. Again, no subs for this Randolph team. And you're seeing some fight early against the Brevard team that has the extra player on the field. Randolph's just been able to get inside a couple times. Good pass from Horn to the cutting Woodson to tie thing or make it a 3-2 game in favor of the Wildcats. Tattaron and Casertano back at midfield. for the draw with 5:39 to go here in the first quarter. It's 3-2 Wildcats. This one is flipped back towards Brevard. Brevard's part of the field. Casertano almost won it, but it's knocked loose, still loose as it goes in the direction of Zan Hill, and she'll win it back for Brevard. Tornadoes setting up offensively, trailing 3-2. As Hill slows things down, 5 shots apiece with 4 on goal for both sides. But 2 saves for Ray Norville in goal has been the difference here in the early going. As Hill swings it to Norris, right back to Zan Hill. Zan gets inside, now met by 2. She'll pull it back out with 62 to shoot. Under 5 to play here in the first quarter. As Hill works it over to Maddie Norris. Maddie tries to curl inside, shoots it wide left. Casertano there to back it up. Actually, it was Sophia Harden back there to back it up for the Tornadoes. Now Harden tries to squeeze her way inside. Turned away once again. Good collapse by this defense as Fournette finds herself inside and she scores. The pass from Harden. Fournette just sitting in the middle of the Randolph defense. And she hits the back of the net for her second goal. And we're tied at 3.
Tornadoes goal number 13, Jordan Fournette.
Fournette's second on the assist from Sophia Harden. Ties it up at 3 apiece. And Brevard will burn a timeout with 4:29 to play in the first quarter. When we return, Brevard and Randolph tied at 3 in what's been a fun first period when we come back on the other side.
Over 125 years, Comporium hasn't had customers. We've had neighbors, friends, and a community we're proud to serve. Because for us, it's personal. We live, work, and raise our families right alongside you. So yes, we deliver lightning-fast speeds and reliable service. But more than that, we deliver commitment. Comporium, making connections that make a difference.
Back here at Isomel Family Field, it is 3 apiece. Talked about the Randolph numbers, a little bit hard to see down on the field. The stats say Woodson has all 3 goals, and I think that's accurate. Again, they're getting more readable as the game goes along, but early on it was a little bit tough to see these numbers. But 3 goals for Woodson, 2 for Fournette, 1 for Zan Hill to create this 3-all tie as we go back to the draw at midfield with Casertano and Tanneron. As it's poked towards Zan Hill, and the Tornadoes win the draw. Under 4.5 to play, Brevard looking for its first lead of the game. Randolph took an early 2-0 lead. Brevard tied it at 2 apiece. Randolph made it 3-2, and Brevard on Fournette's latest goal tied it at 3. Hill outside. Looking for an option. She dances around her defender, had it poked loose, and taken away by Tanneron. Zan able to win it right back for the Tornadoes on the far sideline as she gets a fresh shot clock for Brevard. With 3:51 and a rolling clock here in the first quarter. Hill on the right wing to the top for Maddie Norris. Norris works around her defender, makes another move, gets past 2 inside, a shot too high. But back there to back it up was Sophia Harden, and Brevard will keep possession as the clock spins under 3.5 to play. 60 to shoot for the Tornadoes. As Harden works around her defender, a bounce shot inside was blocked. And now a whistle. Looks like we're going to get another card here. It's going to be a yellow. Shown to Sophia Harden.
Black 10, 2-minute yellow. Dangerous. Something with the stick.
It's a dangerous stick there on Sophia Harden, and it's a 2-minute penalty, which is a big one here in a 3-3 contest, and we're even at 11 for the next 2 minutes. Randolph moves right to left, looking to capitalize on this opportunity as the Wildcats get it across midfield. As Zoe Green feeds it off to Tanneron. Now a whistle. Clock will stop at 2:38 to play. As Hill comes back towards the Tornadoes sideline, a green card shown to Zan Hill.
1 minute offside. 12 black. 1 minute offside.
So an offsides calling on the Tornadoes, and now a man-up opportunity for Randolph. Pass over to Woodson. She goes behind the net for Bagby. Bagby makes a move, tries to dice inside, has it jarred loose. But it stays with Randolph. A pass inside. Now a quick shot and a goal. It's Maddie Baldwin who scores inside, and Randolph is back up 4-3.
Wildcats goal, Maddie Baldwin.
So Baldwin scores, and Randolph capitalizes on the opportunity and retakes a 4-3 lead. This quarter, Randolph has led wire to wire, or letter it's been tied. Tornadoes have yet to seize the lead as Tattaron and Casertano head back to midfield for the draw. Really good execution early on for this Randolph team. Not intimidated by only having 11 players available today. No subs for either side, but Brevard has 12 players. Randolph just 11 here on this sunny Friday afternoon in Brevard, North Carolina. Casertano wins the draw near midfield and will take it left to right for Brevard. Casertano at the top. Feeds it back to Zan Hill, who is done with her 1 minute penalty. The Tornadoes and the Wildcats back to even, or Tornadoes back with that one player advantage after the yellow card and the green card calling on Zan Hill. And she has it up top. Harden also back out there after her 2 minute penalty. Hill pressured by the Wildcat defense here with 1:36 and a moving clock in the first quarter. Hill met by 2 Wildcats, pulls it back out with 36 to shoot. Tornadoes looking for a good offensive possession as we get closer to the end of the first quarter. Hill brings it back behind the net. Patience shown by the Tornadoes on this possession, a big one, trying to find the equalizer late in the first quarter. Hill tries to dice inside. Feeds back out for Casertano. Casertano met by 2 with 10 to shoot. Back out, the Tornadoes reset things with Delana Smallwood as the pass inside for Hill poked loose. And it's won back by the Wildcats on the shot clock violation. With 47 seconds and a moving clock, really good defensive possession there from Randolph as it's flipped towards midfield for Bagby, and she will clear it for Randolph. Across to Baldwin. Baldwin setting things up for Randolph here with 30 seconds to play in the first quarter, a 4-3 Wildcat lead over the Tornadoes. It's back to Woodson, who has had a really nice first quarter. Pass inside, turned away. Hill wins the ground ball for Brevard with 15 to play in the first. Zan across the far sideline. Looks like she's fairly content to run out this first quarter. She will get the clear across midfield with 5 seconds. Zan tightly pressured. Nothing going to happen on this final possession as the clock expires in the first, and Randolph has a 4-3 lead after 15 minutes. We'll be back with the second 15 as the Tornadoes look to answer down 4-3 on the other side.
Earthling Coffee, we're not just brewing drinks, we're crafting experiences that are truly out of this world. From our amazing lattes, made with our exclusive Event Horizon espresso, roasted right here in the Pisgah Forest, to our custom energy drinks, powered by plants and coffee beans, without the crazy chemicals the big guys use. Earthling Coffee isn't just another stop, it's your launchpad for adventure, community, and flavour beyond the stars. Earthling Coffee. So what can we get crafting for you today?
Back here for the second quarter play between Brevard and Randolph, as the Tornadoes trail 4-3 in the early going. 3 goals for Woodson in the first quarter, 1 for Maddie Baldwin. And the Tornadoes got 2 from Jordan Fournette, 1 from Zan Hill. As we'll flip sides of the field. It'll be Tornado possession to open the second quarter with Zan Hill up top. As we get the second 15 minutes underway, Maddie Norris on the far side. One interesting stat from the first quarter, 9 shots for Brevard, only 6 for Randolph, but the Wildcats have converted at a high clip as a pass inside looking for Norris, poked away. Finds Casertano. Ariana back out to Maddie Norris, who scoop it up with 56 on the timer. Norris works her way around the horn, flips it back to Zan Hill. Zan makes a move, turned away. She looks for an option here on a big possession to open the second quarter. Brevard looking for the equalizer. And Zan will look inside, still nothing there. She makes a move one-on-one with her defender. Tries to rip a shot, but it's turned away and scooped up by the Wildcats. Back we go the other way with Brigman. She flips it towards Baldwin, who gets it across midfield. Baldwin racing quickly, met by 2 defenders. Knocks one down. She's able to scoop it up, defended by Kinsley Burris-Whitesides, and she'll just pull it back out with plenty of time to shoot here on this possession for the Wildcats, leading 4-3 as Brigman has it up top. Good start to the second quarter for the Wildcats, creating a turnover as Tanneron swings it around the horn towards Woodson. Wildcats have it on the far side now behind the net with Bagby with 45 to shoot. Bagby has it poked loose. Ground ball scooped up by the Tornadoes. As Tallulah Fish swings it back towards the net, errant pass goes out of play. And it will go back to the Wildcats. So good defense there by Fish, but the pass just got away. And the Wildcats will have it behind the net with Bagby. Bagby looks inside, too high. But it's collected by the Wildcats anyway. A shot that's turned away by a host of Tornadoes as it's loose inside. Ball still loose on the turf. A host of Wildcats and Tornadoes fighting after it. But it'll be won back by the Tornadoes and Natalie Lopez-Velez. Lopez-Velez towards midfield. It's Casertano moving right to left for Brevard. Tornadoes have numbers here on this transition as Casertano slices inside, rips his shot, and it's poked away. I believe Randolph was closest to it. Good job by the goalkeeper, Ray Norville, to come out of goal race after that one and get the possession back for Randolph. So Randolph trying to clear here. Two good defensive possessions to start the second quarter. And a 4-3 contest. So Wildcats get it across midfield. 70 to shoot, 20 seconds gone on the shot clock. Just over 3 minutes gone here in the second quarter. Woodson will set up the offense here with 60 to shoot for the Wildcats. Woodson tries to flip it inside. It's poked loose. Fish after it. But it's going to stay with the Wildcats as Tanneron wins the ground ball. Now Woodson at the top with 43 to shoot. Off to Brigman. Brigman makes a move on Hill. Now feeds it back out for Woodson. 33 to shoot as Woodson curls inside. Woodson off to Tanneron. A quick shot and a save for Kyla Smith-Fondal, and she just pokes it away with her stick, but it stays with the Wildcats and Bagby behind the net. Bagby off to Tanneron with 17 to shoot. Tanneron looks inside. Pass met by two Tornadoes as Fish able to take it away. Actually, that was Demkovic, but it's still loose on the turf. 4 to shoot as Brigman looks for Bagby. The pass is too high, and the Tornadoes take it back on the shot clock violation. Really good defense there from Brevard as the Tornadoes get it back with 10.5 to play in the second quarter. Kinsley Burris Whitesides will play it in for Brevard. Trailing 4-3. It's been a defensive first 5 minutes here in the second. Both sides have turned away some good opportunities at the net. Ariana Casertano, who had her last shot poked away, feeds it off to Maddie Norris. Norris off to Zan Hill up top. Zan met by two. The defensive game plan on Zan Hill has been really good so far. She's not really had any room to get inside. Does have a goal so far in this one. But she's been hounded defensively. As you see right here, Zan tries to work her way inside, but she's met again by two. And she'll pull it back out with 35 to shoot. Zan feeds off to Delana Smallwood with 27 on the timer. Smallwood looks inside for Fournette. The pass poked loose. Still loose on the turf. Scooped up by Norris with 16 to shoot. Norris pulls it back out. Finds Zan Hill cutting inside. Zan, a shot off the crossbar, no good. As Zan's shaken up on the turf. It's scooped up by Randolph, and it will go the other way. Great shot by Zan, just a bit too high. As the crossbar turns it away, now Tanneron in transition. We'll pull it back out. And that's the only thing with only having 11 players. When you think you have some numbers, more times than not, you probably don't, as Tanneron wisely pulls it back out and flips it off to Woodson. Randolph still leading 4-3 on a golden opportunity from Zan Hill. Really strong shot, just clangs off the crossbar, no good, as Demkovic pokes it loose inside. And now a whistle I believe a penalty will go on somebody here. Looks like probably on Randolph. And it will. So a yellow card on the Wildcats.
Contact. 2 minutes. Non-releasable. White 8. Illegal contact.
Illegal contact called on Mackenzie Woodson. That's a big one. 2-minute penalty that takes one of your most prolific offensive players off the field. Now Brevard has the advantage. But the pass poked loose. One back by Tatarant. Quick turnover there as Natalie Lopez-Velez had it poked loose. Now Tatarant will at least try and milk some clock here on this 2-minute penalty. So with Brigman at the top, she's pressured by Casertano, who pokes it loose. But it stays with Brigman. Now a pass to the far side. Bagby behind the net with 60 to shoot. I believe Randolph's going to call a timeout with 7:34 to play in this second quarter. 57 to shoot, and the Wildcats still lead. Nobody scored in the first 7.5 minutes of this second quarter. We'll see who can get on the board next when we come back on the other side.
Bow time.
It's not just football season. It's tailgate season.
And this season includes every kind of football.
Crispy.
Will you accept this leg?
And everything that's not.
Because it doesn't matter where you tailgate, with crispy hand-breaded chicken and scratch-made biscuits.
It's her!
You're not just tailgating. You're tailgating like a legend.
It's bow time. Order your tailgate box in the Bojangles app today.
Four to 3 your score, 7:34 to play here in the second. As Bagby has it behind the net, Randolph burns a timeout to regroup here on this offensive possession. As the pass jarred loose for a moment, but it finds Brigman up top with 53 to shoot. Pass behind the net for Bagby. Bagby trying to work around Demkovic with 40 to shoot. Tries to curl inside, now does, and will try to rip a shot, but it's poked loose on the turf. Bodies fall to the turf. Casertano able to win it back as Bagby is down for the Wildcats. Zan Hill will bring it the other way, right to left. Tornadoes do have numbers, 4-on-3. Zan gets inside, shoots and scores. Zan Hill takes it coast to coast. And Brevard is tied at 4 with 6:51 to play here in the second. As Bagby shaken up on the turf.
Tornadoes goal for Zan Hill.
As Zan gets her second in the contest. Took it all the way herself. Zan, 2 goals on 5 shots and a big one right there to tie us up at 4 apiece with 6:51 to play. But right now, the concern is Bagby, who is walking off on her own power with athletic trainer Sylvia Parisi. Bagby looks like she'll stay on the field, which is really good news just in general, but good news for the Wildcats as well. Already at a disadvantage with only 11 players today. But Bagby looks to be okay. Really good sportsmanship shown there. The players that were not involved in the play, all there checking on Bagby as she will walk off the field. With athletic trainer Sylvia Parisi. She's jogging now, which again is a good sign. Bagby gets checked out. Casertano will head back to the draw circle with Emily Tattaron with 6:51 to play. We're tied at 4. Big goal there for Zan Hill. She's been a really consistent piece of this Brevard team. She gets goal number 9 on the season, 8 assists as well. As a whistle on the draw. And a violation that will give possession to Brevard. Maddie Norris will take it right to left across the midfield stripe as we're under 7 to play here in the second quarter. Again, Brevard looking for its first lead of the game. Faced an early deficit, and it was 4-3 for a while, about first 8 minutes of the second quarter. Hill trying to give the Tornadoes a lead, and it's just wide. Turned away by Norville, but it's loose, and Fournette able to put it home for goal number 3. Jordan Fournette makes it 5-4. Brevard has its first lead of the game. Fournette came into the game with just 1 goal on the season. But she capitalizes inside for goal number 3, and Brevard leads 5-4. Third goal on her third shot. Doesn't get much more efficient than that. As Brevard swings in front for the first time, 5-4, with 6:19 to play in the second quarter. Again, Randolph had one earlier, a little bit of a look what I found goal with the ground ball that was loose on the shot from Zan Hill. Fournette catches Norville off guard and flips it in to make it 5-4 here in the second quarter. The draw is controlled by Norris, and Brevard will look to extend this lead with Maddie Norris racing across midfield. Norris makes a move, cuts inside. Norris, a shot and a goal. She gets past Norville. Maddie Norris takes it herself, and Brevard leads 6-4. First goal of the day for Maddie. Goal number 7 on the season. And Brevard has a 6-4 lead with 6:04 to go in the second. Norris's 8th point of the year, a big one, as she capitalizes on this momentum surge for the Tornadoes. And Brevard makes quick work of that possession. No one really stopped Maddie Norris. She just put her head down and got to the goal to give Brevard a 6-4 lead. Tattaron and Casertano back in midfield for Brevard. On this draw with just over 6 minutes to play in the second. Good stretch here for the Tornadoes. 3 unanswered goals to erase what was a 4-3 deficit. Now a violation called on Casertano. And it will go back to the Wildcats. Really quick surge for Brevard, with 3 goals in less than a minute. First goal came with 6:53 to play, and 6:23 and 6:08 Brevard struck with 2 more. Randolph looking to answer a quick shot and a save for Kyla Smith-Fondal, and the shot from Maddie Baldwin. And a really nice save from Kyla Smith-Fondal as Casertano gets it across for the clear for the Tornadoes. Brevard looking to keep this run going. A pass inside for Harden. Harden a quick shot, and she finds the back of the net. 4 unanswered for the Tornadoes at 7-4 with 5:10 to play here in the second. Sophia Harden makes it 7-4. Brevard on a great pass from Mariana Casertano.
Tornadoes goal.
And Brevard's lead is 3.
10, Sophia Harden from Ariana Casertano.
Great surge for the Tornadoes to take this lead. Again, the momentum was primarily with Randolph through the first quarter and half of the second, but this surge from Brevard to score 4 unanswered here in the last couple minutes has really swung this game in the way of the Tornadoes here late in the second. Casertano wins the draw right to herself as she brings it right to left for Brevard. Casertano looks to Harden again. The pass this time too high, and it goes out of play. Tornadoes were after Harden was, but it wasn't a shot. It was a pass. Actually, it was Delana Smallwood who thought Brevard had possession as Randolph looks to clear, looking for an answer desperately here in the last 5 minutes of this second quarter. Tataron scoops it up, pressured by 2 Tornadoes as she finds Zoe Green. Green finds Abby Brigman, who will set things up on a big possession here for the Wildcats. Brevard, 16 shots to the Wildcats, 8. 11 of them have been on goal. 7 of the 8 shots for Randolph have been on goal. So the quality of looks has been there for this Wildcats attack. It's just been met with a relentless surge in the past few minutes from this Tornado offense. Woodson outside. Defended by Fournette. Now a pass inside. A turn and a shot and a goal for Randolph. Big answer there for the Wildcats to make it 7-5. It looks like it was Abby Brigman with the goal. And it was, as Brigman makes it 7-5 with 3:46 to play in the second. Good possession there for Randolph and a much-needed answer to get Randolph back within 2. Casertano and Tataron back at midfield for the draw with 3:46 to play in the second. Draw controlled by Randolph again here with Woodson, but she has it jarred loose. And Maddie Norris trying to scoop up the ground ball, but it will find Bagby. Good to see Bagby back on the field after being a little shaken up a couple plays ago. She's back out there for the Wildcats and has it on the far side. Swinging the top with Tataron with 69 to shoot, 3:23 to moving clock here in the second. Woodson, defended by Fournette, tried to throw it inside, and it dribbles through Tataron and finds Kyla Smith-Fondal in goal. Brevard will clear with Ariana Casertano right to left. Brevard again the 4-on-3 attack here in transition. Casertano at the top. Ariana makes a move, nothing there. She pulls it back out. Randolph gets back to adjust its defense. Norris up top. 2:49 on moving clock. She has it jarred loose, but she's able to track it down at about the 30-yard line. Norris looking for an option. A couple cutters come in Casertano and Delana Smallwood, but nothing there for Norris as now she looks inside. Zan Hill tries a shot. It's wide and saved by Norville. Good look there for Zan Hill. Better saved by Norville as she'll look to clear. Her pass is received at midfield by Maddie Baldwin, who spins through 2 defenders and gets it across for the Wildcats. Off to Bagby. The pass trickles away, but Bagby uncontested, able to track it down. As we're under 2 to play here in the second quarter, Brevard's lead is 7-5. Bagby will pull it back out with 55 to shoot. As Bagby looks for an option offensively, 1.5 to play as the pass caught inside and a shot and a score for Mackenzie Woodson. Woodson makes it 7-6. Back-to-back goals for Randolph to answer Brevard's quick 4-0 surge. And just like that, the Wildcats back within a goal. Casertano heads back to midfield. We'll meet up with Tataron as that's been the matchup in the draws all day long. 1:25 to play. Tornadoes look to get back on the board. Led by as much as 3 here in the second quarter, but nice little surge from Randolph to get it back within 1. As Casertano whistle will go on Casertano, will be Randolph's possession on the draw violation. And Randolph has it with Tataron. Tataron up top, just over a minute to play. Feeds it off to Woodson on the far side. Woodson with 4 first-half goals. Feeds it off to Bagby. Now behind the net with Woodson. Big possession here, both for the Tornadoes defense and the Randolph offense. As Brevard looks to retain its lead, Zoe Green inside tries a shot, and she scores. Randolph answers with 3 of its own, and we're tied at 7 with 39 seconds to play in the first half.
Wildcats goal, Zoe Green.
So Green converts inside, and Randolph capitalizes here at the end of the first half. It's been a game of runs so far. And Randolph, with the most recent, makes it 7-all with 39 seconds to play in the first half. Tataron and Casertano back at midfield. As a face-off, or the draw, finds the stick of Woodson, and Randolph will get one more possession at the end of this first half. Wildcats looking to take the lead back, potentially, with 25 seconds and a rolling clock here in the second quarter. Woodson pressured by Hill, gets by Hill, as Mackenzie Woodson feeds it off to Brigman up top. 13 to shoot here in the second quarter, the last 10 seconds of the half. Brigman defended by Fournette. Back to Woodson with 3. Woodson has to rip a shot here. Nothing there. Feeds it off to Tataron. It's poked away, and that's how the first half comes to a close. What a fun first half it's been, as the Tornadoes took a lead at 7-4. But since then, Randolph scored the final 3 goals of the half, and we end this half right where we started, tied up at 7. As we take a quick break, we'll be back to talk some first half stats and get going in the third quarter when we come back on the other side.
At Earthling Coffee, we're not just brewing drinks, we're crafting experiences that are truly out of this world. From our amazing lattes, made with our exclusive Event Horizon espresso, roasted right here in the Pisgah Forest, to our custom energy drinks powered by plants and coffee beans, without the crazy chemicals the big guys use. Earthling Coffee isn't just another stop, it's your launchpad for adventure, community, and flavour beyond the stars. Earthling Coffee. So what can we get crafting for you today?
Back here for the start of half number 2 between Randolph and Brevard, and what a treat it's been here on a Friday afternoon. These two teams really battling hard. It's been a game of runs. Brevard went on a 4-goal surge to take a 7-4 lead, and then Randolph ended the half with 3 unanswered to tie this thing at 7 as we're ready to go for the third quarter. It'll be Maddie Norris to do the draw duties against Emily Tattaron. 4 goals for Woodson in the first half. 3 other Wildcats scored. Baldwin scored 1, Brigman with 1, and Green with 1 as well. She had the one to tie the game. Fournette leads away for the Tornadoes with 3. Sandhill with 2, and then Hardin and Norris with 1 apiece as we get this second half underway. Randolph's going to win the draw here with Abby Brigman as Randolph sets up offensively to start the second half. It's at the top with Woodson off to Tattaron, who will direct the offense from the top. Now swung over to Maddie Baldwin. Back to Tattaron, swinging around the horn to Woodson. With 63 to shoot. Brevard out shooting Randolph 17-11, but good efficiency for Randolph. 7 of the 11 shots have found the back of the net. As now whistles blow, and not sure what the call is here, but it will stay with the Wildcats. As Woodson will have an opportunity here. She races inside. The shot on Smith-Fondal. She saves it. And she turns away Woodson. As we stay tied at 7. Casertano clears for the Tornadoes. Really nice save by Kyla Smith-Fondal in net. As Casertano races the other way. Feed inside. Now a shot that's turned away by Norville, and Green wins the ground ball. Delana Smallwood had a good look at the net, tried to flip it over her shoulder. Couldn't find the back of the net. Now Green across midfield, right to left for Randolph. Green tying the game at 7 as she pulls it back out to Woodson. Just about 2 minutes gone here in the third quarter. Back to Woodson up top. Off to Green. Green trying to work her way inside. Turned away by Fournette, who's been very active on the pressure as the pass gets away from Maddie Baldwin, but she's able to corral. Feedback out for Woodson with 48 to shoot. Fournette again going to apply pressure. Pass inside for Green. Her shot too high. And who was after it first? I believe Randolph was. So it will stay with the Wildcats. Smith-Fondal trying to get it out of net and be the first to it, but it will stay with the Wildcats. With the shot clock under 30. Pass up top for Green. Green off to Woodson. Woodson curls inside. A shot, another save for Kyla Smith-Fondal. 2 saves in the early going here in the third quarter to keep this game tied for Kyla Smith-Fondal. Now Casertano across midfield. Brigman applying the pressure defensively. As Casertano has it outside. Casertano off to Zan Hill. Zan had a good first half. 2 goals for her. She continues to do what she's done for this team for the majority of the year. But Fournette was the leading goal scorer in the first half. Came into the game with only 1 goal in the season. Had 3 first half goals. As Zan turned away trying to cut inside. Now she gets some space. Zan inside has it knocked away. But she's able to win it back with 39 on the timer. Zan pulls it back out to a cutting Fournette. Now it's loose. Delana Smallwood had her stick on it. And Fournette will scoop it up. Fournette, a quick shot. It's too high. And Randolph was the first there, so it will go back to the Wildcats. Fournette's been really good about just scooping it up and firing it towards the net, and it's worked 3 times. That time just a little too high for Jordan Fournette. As Green will try and clear for the Wildcats. Just over 4 minutes gone here in this third quarter. Tattaron finds Bagby across midfield, and Bagby, the pass too wide for her. He'll be scooped up uncontested by Tallulah Fish. Fish back to Smith Fondal, who will look to clear for the Tornadoes. She finds Zan Hill. Zan tries to get across midfield, and she'll do so as Hill finds Ariana Casertano. 7 apiece, 2:22 and a moving clock here in the third, as both sides look for the edge. What's been a back-and-forth contest. Both have had multiple goal advantages, but have been answered by the respective sides. Brevard went on a 4-goal run in the first half. Randolph answered with 3 straight as Norris tries to curl around Woodson. Norris inside, a shot turned away by Norville. And Norville scoops up the ground ball for Randolph. Both keepers with some nice plays to start this second half and keep this game tied, as Norris had a good look but turned away by the stick of Norville. Green moves right to left. Trying to race past Ariana Casertano. Now feeds it back. It's loose. Tornadoes trying to scoop it up, but it'll be Randolph to win possession back with Woodson. Woodson finds Tattaron, who will clear for Randolph to Bagby. Bagby on the right side. Set things up offensively here with Randolph. It's about 9 minutes to go as the pass gets away. Demkovic got a touch on it, but it will go out of play and stay with the Wildcats. Now Tattaron back to Woodson with 26 to shoot for Randolph on this possession. Woodson tries to shake loose, met by Zan Hill. And Fournette, again, relentless on the ball. Woodson flips it inside. It's loose inside. Demkovic tries to scoop it up. Still loose on the turf. Shot clock resets to 60 as Tattaron collects. Now Woodson inside, a quick shot. Smith Fondal turns it away again. It finds the stick of Maddie Baldwin. It will stay with Randolph. As Woodson looks inside for Tattaron. The pass too high and the ground ball scooped up by Fournette. Great defense again by the Tornadoes. Smith Fondal with another save. As Fournette pressured heavily near midfield. She tries to get it across for Brevard. As Fournette has it poked loose on her blind side. It's taken away by Woodson. Here comes Randolph. As now a green card shown to Zan Hill. So a green card goes on the Tornadoes, and it'll be a 1-minute penalty on Hill. Really nice job by Woodson. Fournette was trying to flip it across midfield, but wasn't paying attention behind her, and Woodson was able to jar it loose. And with 7:48 to go, Randolph in a favorable spot here. Try and swing the lead back its direction. Woodson spins on Norris. Inside, loses her footing. I'll whistle on a yellow card. Called on Maddie Norris. So a big opportunity here for the Wildcats, as Woodson will have it in the danger zone here. Another opportunity for a good look at the net for Woodson. Kyla Smith-Fondal has been really good to start this second half, but she'll be tested again right here. As Mackenzie Woodson in a great spot for a shot. As the officials, I think, just giving clarification on that penalty. A little bit of a stoppage in play here with 7:39 to go. Woodson, quick shot and a goal. Passes the stick at Kyla Smith-Fondal. Smith-Fondal had 2 big saves to start this second half, but not that time. As Woodson tallies another goal, Randolph back in front 8-7.
Wildcats goal, Mackenzie Woodson.
5th goal for Woodson. She's shot it 11 times. The next closest And Zoe Green with 2 shots. It's really been the Mackenzie Woodson show. 5 of the 8 goals have gone to Woodson, and Randolph back in front. 4 unanswered goals dating back to the first half as Brevard burns a timeout. Tries to regroup with 7:35 to play here in the third quarter. We'll be right back on the other side.
Over 125 years, Comporium hasn't had customers. We've had neighbors, friends, and a community we're proud to serve. Because for us, it's personal. We live, work, and raise our families right alongside you. So yes, we deliver lightning-fast speeds and reliable service. But more than that, we deliver commitment. Comporium, making connections that make a difference.
$7:35 to go here in this third quarter. Randolph retakes the lead on the first goal of the second half. About 7.5 minutes without a goal here in the third quarter, but Woodson changes that quickly on the penalty deep in the danger zone. She's able to score as Ann Hill will do the draw duties against Emily Tattaron. It's mostly Ariana Casertano in the first half. We saw Maddie Norris do a draw here in the second. And Zan Hill does it that time, but Randolph controls with Bagby on the far side. Randolph looking to string it together here and create another multi-goal advantage in a game that's been a game of runs, as I mentioned earlier. That's really been the story of this one. 4-goal run for Brevard, 3-goal run for Randolph as Tattaron rips his shot. It's knocked away by Kyla Smith-Fondal, but a yellow card going against Brevard. Another penalty on the Tornadoes, and this will go on Zan Hill with 7:06 to play here in the third quarter. Dangerous contact called on Zan Hill. And another favorable spot here for Randolph, as Emily Tattaron will shoot most likely with possession right outside the crease here. Tattaron inside a shot. It's too high, but the Wildcats there to back it up, so it will stay with Randolph with 85 on the shot clock and just under 7 minutes to play here in the third quarter. Bagby behind net. Feeds it inside. Tattaron had it poked loose. Still loose on the turf. Scooped up by the Wildcats. As Fournette applies pressure, Tattaron has it. Emily Tattaron pulls it back out. Feeds to a cutting Woodson. Woodson a quick shot on goal. It's too wide left. Bagby there to back it up as the shot clock trickles under 50. Now it looks like we'll have another booking here. Possession will go back to Brevard. Woodson heading towards the Randolph bench. Didn't see the card. I was more focused on the shot, but we'll get clarification on that in a moment. It will be a yellow card on Mackenzie Woodson that will take her off the field for the next 2 minutes. As Hill and Norris still serving time for their penalties. With 6:24 to play in the third. Ball trickles across midfield towards Sophia Harden, who will scoop it up for the Tornadoes. Harden off to Natalie Lopez-Velez. Lopez-Velez finds Ariana Casertano, 70 to shoot. 6 minutes to play here in the third. Casertano off to Lopez-Velez, who tries to work around her defender and does. Gets inside. Lopez-Velez spins, has it jarred loose. Is able to scoop up the ground ball and keep possession in favor of the Tornadoes. Lopez-Velez with under 50 to shoot. Norris will come back on the field. Sandhill still serving the final seconds of her penalty. Sophia Harden has it. Tries to work inside. Puts a shot towards the goal, but it's saved by Norville. As Norville launches it up in the air, dangerous pass. It's knocked around and taken away by Casertano. Casertano off to Harden. Harden a quick shot, and she lost it going up. And we'll go back to the Wildcats, but now an errant pass intercepted by Fournette. Fournette takes the spill. Hill back on the field, so the Tornadoes back at full strength after a flurry of penalties here in the third. Norris inside, scoops it. Knocked away by Norville again, and she'll cover it up for Randolph. Really good job by Ray Norville on net. She's faced some pressure here in the last minute or so. She'll have an opportunity to clear here for Randolph. Zoe Green with it on the far side. Man, a good look there. Two good looks from Harden and Norris. But Harden lost it on the way up, and then a really nice save from Norville. Take away a good look from Maddie Norris. 4.5 to play. 8-7 Randolph leads here in the third quarter. Randolph still looking to clear. Green loses it. Looks like Randolph will be able to get this one across midfield with Baldwin. Baldwin loses it. Fournette still applying that relentless pressure. But Baldwin's able to get it across midfield for the Wildcats. Now whistles blow, and Norris again is going to be whistled for a violation here. She'll stay on the field, so no booking. Baldwin will play it towards Allie Horn. As Horn slows things down, 3.5 to go. Here in the third quarter, Randolph with a 1-goal lead. No reason to rush it here. Get a good look if you're the Wildcats. As Bagby has it behind net. Bagby defended by Hill inside for Green. Green a quick shot. It's turned away by Kyla Smith-Fondal. And she will take it back for the Tornadoes. Fondal had to come out of net a little bit to turn away that shot from Green, but she does so. It's just going to go down as a turnover, but a good job from Kyla Smith-Fondal. Scoop up the ground ball, and Casertano working quickly the other direction. Ariana inside, quick shot. Norville again turns it away. Another good look for Brevard, but Ray Norville has just been excellent here in the third as she denies Ariana Casertano. And with under 3 to go, Randolph has possession back. Pass to the far side. Double coming from Harden and Ray Gurnier. Back to Norville, who will get it to Green. Randolph still looking to clear here, and the Wildcats will as it finds the stick of Baldwin. Baldwin loses it. Norris is right there. Maddie Norris flips it up in the air and now wins it back for Brevard. Norris down the near side. Defended tightly by Allie Horn as it looks like a whistle And a timeout for the Tornadoes with just a tick over 2 to play in the third. Brevard trying to set something up offensively. Tornadoes have been held scoreless here in the third, much thanks to the great goalkeeping by Ray Norville. As we take a quick break, Wildcats lead 8-7 when we come back on the other side.
Earthling Coffee, we're not just brewing drinks, we're crafting experiences that are truly out of this world. From our amazing lattes, made with our exclusive Event Horizon espresso, roasted right here in the Pisgah Forest, to our custom energy drinks, powered by plants and coffee beans, without the crazy chemicals the big guys use. Earthling Coffee isn't just another stop, it's your launchpad for adventure, community, and flavour beyond the stars. Earthling Coffee. So what can we get crafting for you today?
.201 to go here in the third quarter after the Brevard timeout. Tornadoes look to regroup and get a good possession here near the end of the third quarter. So Randolph has taken the lead 8-7. That goal came with about 7:35 to go. Since then, it's been quiet offensively from both sides due to some really good goalkeeping from both Kyla Smith-Fondal and Ray Norville to keep this an 8-7 game. Zan Hill up top. Will set up the offense here for Brevard. Ball still with Hill. She scored 2 goals today. She looks for an option on this possession. Gets a screen from Ariana Casertano. Goes the other way. Zan inside. Creates space amongst 2. Norville again turns away the shot from Zan Hill. Casertano scoops up the ground ball and keeps the possession with the Tornadoes. Off to Zan Hill. Zan shot just a hair too high, but Brevard first after it. And the possession will stay with the Tornadoes. Another good look for Brevard, but just a hair high out of the stick of Zan Hill. As it's with Harden, now looking inside for Fournette. The pass too high, and it's taken back by Randolph. Norville will sky it towards midfield for Bagby. Bagby had it jarred loose, and now Zan Hill creates a quick turnover. Here comes Zan, dicing inside. Turned away by 2. Some contact up high, but it's able to stay with Zan Hill with under a minute to play. 45 seconds on a moving clock. Hill defended tightly. Able to keep possession with 30 to shoot. Off to Maddie Norris. Norris squeaks inside. Maddie a quick shot. And a lot of contact inside as Norris kind of trucked over her defender. And the clock will stop at 8.6 to play here in the third. Athletic trainer Sylvia Parisi will come out to check the downed Wildcat. We'll have more information on that when we come back. We're going to take a quick break and be back on the other side.
Over 125 years, Comporium hasn't had customers. We've had neighbors, friends, and a community we're proud to serve. Because for us, it's personal. We live, work, and raise our families right along.
We returned to play. It was Abby Brigman who was a bit shaken up, but she's back to her feet. Good to see that as Ray Norville looks content to let the final seconds of this third quarter expire. And we head to the fourth. It's a one-goal game. Randolph has a lone goal of the third quarter. As we head to the fourth, Randolph leads by 1, 8-7 when we come back on the other side.
Over 125 years, Comporium hasn't had customers. We've had neighbors, friends, and a community we're proud to serve. Because for us, it's personal. We live, work, and raise our families right alongside you. So yes, we deliver lightning-fast speeds and reliable service, but more than that, we deliver commitment. Comporium, making connections that make a difference.
We return for the fourth and final quarter of play here at ISML Family Field. It's Randolph 8, Brevard 7 here live on YouTube. Some interesting storylines coming into this one today. Sarah Perry, a graduate of Randolph College, was a captain there for the Wildcats and described head coach Bruce Reed for the Wildcats as one of her top mentors. A lot of love shown between those two. As Sarah's in her second season here with the Tornadoes. 7-8 last year, 5-4 in the USA South. And looking for a big win here today as the possession will start with the Wildcats with a fresh 15. Again, the shots have been in favor of Brevard. 27 shots to 18 for Randolph, but 13 saves from Ray Norville have really kept the Tornadoes away from net. As Randolph tries to have a good opening possession of this fourth quarter to grow this one-goal lead. Only one goal scored in the third, and it was a Randolph goal that made it 8-7. Horn has it outside, swings it back to the top for Brigman with 43 to shoot. Off to Tatteron. Now a pass too high, and Zan Hill will take it away. Hill moving right to left for Brevard, trying to get the Tornadoes that equalizer here in the fourth. Zan racing quickly. Goes one-on-one, gets inside a quick shot, and it's off the side of the goal. Ball still loose. Another good look for the Tornadoes as they whistle, and another Wildcat is down. Looks like this time it's Maria Winfield who's shaken up. As the clock stops with 14:02 to go in the fourth. Sylvia Parisi will head out to check on Winfield. We're going to take another break, and when we come back, it's a 1-goal lead for Randolph with 14:02 to play here in the fourth quarter.
Earthling Coffee, we're not just brewing drinks, we're crafting experiences that are truly out of this world. From our amazing lattes, made with our exclusive Event Horizon espresso, roasted right here in the Pisgah Forest, to our custom energy drinks, powered by plants and coffee beans, without the crazy chemicals the big guys use. Earthling Coffee isn't just another stop, it's your launchpad for adventure, community, and flavour beyond the stars. Earthling Coffee. So what can we get crafting for you today?
Back from the injury timeout, it was hard to see who was down on the turf. I said Maria Winfield, but still not 100% sure. Again, the Randolph numbers are not easy to read. The yellow on white jerseys is another big storyline coming in the fourth here is Mackenzie Woodson not on the field currently. And that's been the top goal scorer for Randolph as Baldwin gets it across midfield, left to right. Woodson doing some jogs down the Randolph sideline. Trying to get ready to come back in this game as Baldwin has it. Does look like Winfield was the one down, but she's back to her feet, still in the game for Randolph as it passes Zoe Green up top with 57 to shoot. Off to Tatteron. Now back to the top with Green. It's about 2 minutes gone here in this fourth quarter. Randolph clinging on to that 1-goal lead as Horn feeds it off to Bagby. Ball's loose on the turf, but Horn able to win the ground ball for Randolph. 27 to shoot with Bagby. As the ball gets jarred loose, and it's going to be Lopez Velez to win the ground ball for Brevard. The pass finds Ariana Casertano, who will race right to left. Big numbers here for Brevard. 4-on-1. Casertano going right down the middle. 1-on-1. A shot and a goal. Ariana Casertano makes it 8 apiece with 12:37 to go in the fourth. Again, the numbers coming in were in favor of the Tornadoes, and you see exactly why right there. Casertano across midfield. There was really nobody to stop her. She went 1-on-1 with Ray Norville and scores a game-tying goal to make it 8-all with 12:37 to go. Big goal there from Ariana to tie things up at 8 apiece. She gets goal number 8 on the season. With her first today, she also has an assist to her name. And no goal bigger than that one right there. As Tatteron and Hill will face or do the draw duties here with just about 2.5 minutes gone in the fourth quarter. Hill flips it back towards Maddie Norris, who wins it for the Tornadoes, and Brevard will set up again offensively, looking to take the lead here in the fourth. Norris racing quickly, gets by 2. Norris, a quick shot and a goal. Maddie Norris takes it herself, and Brevard has the lead 9-8. Just like that, mentioned the gamer runs, back-to-back goals. One from Ariana Casertano, one from Maddie Norris, and just like that, Brevard has swung the lead back its direction with 2 unanswered here in the fourth. This is where the Tornadoes hope to pull away a little bit, but again, that has been easier said than done. Here in this contest, is it seems like every time the Tornadoes have taken a lead, it's been a quick answer for the Wildcats. As Hill to do the draw with Abby Brigman. 12:24 to play in the fourth. Brevard back in front for the first time here in the second half. Get only 1 goal in the third quarter. And a game that was tied 7 apiece at halftime as Brigman Looks to win the draw, and she does. On the far side. Brigman with possession. Again, the top goal scorer of this game, Mackenzie Woodson, has not played here in the fourth. I think you see that with Randolph unable to get on the board so far here in the fourth as Green has it up top. Up to Tatteron. Tatteron tries to squeak inside and does. Has her shot turned away by Kyla Smith-Fondal. The ball is still loose, and Fondal able to win it for Brevard. Kyla Smith-Fondal flips it towards midfield. Ariana Casertano again looking to give the Tornadoes some numbers. It's another 4-on-1 here with Ariana Casertano. Ariana racing inside. Two Wildcats able to come back and meet her. Casertano is going to bounce the shot anyway and score. 10-8 Tornadoes. Casertano was met by 2. She faked like she was going to go back outside and just bounce one in the back of the net. And it's 3 unanswered for Brevard, a 10-8 lead with 11:25 to go in the fourth quarter. Casertano has worked quickly in transition. And again, not much you can do if you're Randolph. Came into this game with 11 players. You're at 10 right now with Woodson not on the field. And that has led to a surge here from Brevard in the fourth quarter. Hill back to do the draw with Brigman with 11:25 to go in the fourth and final quarter. And Brevard has swung the lead again, another lead change in which Brevard hopes it's the last one with a 2-goal lead with 3.5 gone here in the fourth. Casertano scoops it up for the Tornadoes. No real numbers this time. Well, 4-on-3 for Casertano, but not the lopsided advantage the Tornadoes had in the last 2 goals as she flips it out to Zan Hill, who will set up the offense again. No need to rush it here with a 2-goal lead in the fourth. But you obviously can't go wrong with more. Pass inside Casertano. Another shot turned away by Norville this time as she'll scoop it up. Second goal for Casertano, both coming here in the fourth quarter. Big part of why the Tornadoes have been able to get this two-goal lead. She gave Brevard the lead, and then Maddie Norris gave Brevard the lead, but Casertano scored the game-tying goal and has added to the lead with her second goal here in the fourth. Is now a whistle on Fournette. I believe she's going to get a checking call here. Look like a green card from the far side of the field, and it will be a green card on Jordan Fournette. So with 10:32 to go, penalty called on the Tornadoes. We have a 1-minute penalty on the green card, as Green has on the far side. And the clock spins under 10.5 to play. Now Brigman. Off to Allie Horn. 77 on the shot clock. Brigman tries to get around 2, throws it inside. And Kyla Smith-Fondal there to scoop it up. She throws it towards midfield for Ariana Casertano. Guess what? She has numbers again. Casertano right to left. Zan Hill back on the field. As Casertano dices inside Ariana. Another shot. Another goal for Casertano. Her third of the fourth quarter. And Brevard matches its largest lead of the game. It's 11-8.
Tornadoes goal. Tornadoes goal number 20, Ariana Casertano.
Casertano again has maybe given Brevard a decisive lead here in the fourth as Randolph is going to call a timeout with 9:54 to play. 3 fourth-quarter goals for Ariana Casertano, 1 for Maddie Norris. And it's helped Brevard take a 11-8 lead, 4 goals unanswered here in the fourth. We'll take a quick break with 9:54 to play and be right back here on the other side.
Bow time.
It's not just football season. It's tailgate season.
And this season includes every kind of football.
Crispy.
Will you accept this leg?
And everything that's not.
Because it doesn't matter where you tailgate with crispy hand-breaded chicken and scratch-made biscuits.
It's her!
You're not just tailgating, you're tailgating like a legend.
It's bow time. Order your tailgate box in the Bojangles app today.
$9:54 to go here in the fourth, and Brevard hoping that it just did enough to pull away from a feisty Randolph team, again playing down a player all game, only came into the game with 11 players, and now here in the fourth with Mackenzie Woodson on the sidelines, Brevard has been able to capitalize with 4 goals in the fourth quarter after Randolph held the Tornadoes scoreless in the third. Brevard has taken full advantage of its literal advantage on the field to create an 11-8 fourth quarter margin. Draw at midfield here with Norris and Brigman as Tattaron able to scoop it up, and the draw won by Randolph. Off to Green. It's under 10 to play here in the fourth. It's been all Tornadoes here in the fourth quarter to take this 3-goal lead. As possession stays with Brigman, Fournette's penalty has expired. She's back on the field. As Green has on the far side. Off to Tattaron up top. And now Horn. Horn back to Tattaron. Now swung around to Zoe Green. Randolph had an answer earlier. Does have an answer here in the fourth? We'll see. As Tattaron controls, we're just under 9 minutes to play here in the fourth. Tattaron inside to Green. Her pass tipped away and taken back by Brevard. Momentarily, however, it's jarred loose by Bagby. Now still loose. There's a host of Wildcats and Tornadoes after it. Demkovich got her stick on it, but it's poked out of play. She will stay with Bagby and the Wildcats as Green controls outside. Now swing over to Brigman. Shot clock is reset at 90 as Brigman pressured by Fournette. Now pass off to Horn. Horn defended relentlessly by Lopez Velez, who's able to scoop up the ground ball for the Tornadoes. Lopez Velez moving quickly. Casertano again racing the other way as Lopez Velez tries to take it herself. She's met by 2, has it jarred loose and scooped up by Green. Nice job by Green to get back defensively. Again, it's a dead sprint for the Wildcats when the possession changes. Trying to get back defensively. Really nice job by Green that time. As Tattaron had it in her stick for a moment, able to get it back near midfield. She flips it across the stripe to Horn. Randolph needs something and needs something quick here in this one. With under 8 minutes to play, trailing by 3 goals. As now whistles blow. And it looks like Randolph is going to burn another timeout with 7:36 to play in the fourth. We'll take another break. And the last 7.5 minutes coming up when we come back on the other side.
At Earthling Coffee, we're not just brewing drinks, we're crafting experiences that are truly out of this world. From our amazing lattes, made with our exclusive Event Horizon espresso, roasted right here in the Pisgah Forest, to our custom energy drinks, powered by plants and coffee beans, without the crazy chemicals the big guys use. Earthling Coffee isn't just another stop, it's your launchpad for adventure, community, and flavour beyond the stars. Earthling Coffee. So what can we get crafting for you today?
Back here at Isomel Family Field, final 7:36 here in the fourth quarter, as it will be Randolph possession. With Bagby on the near side, defended by Natalie Lopez Velez, as she flips it off towards Baldwin. It will trickle towards the far sideline. Baldwin able to scoop it up with 56 to shoot. And Randolph looking for an answer here in the fourth that's been dominated by the Tornadoes as Zoe Green has it. Now back to Tanneron with 46 to shoot. Inside for Green. Green lost it, had space for a shot. It's knocked loose. Green able to win back the ground ball. Green off to Allie Horn. Good pressure here by Fournette. But Randolph able to squeak inside a shot that is blocked by Fournette. She had it for a second, poke loose. Fournette able to get it back. But now Green jars it loose, and the shot clock resets at 90. Under 7 to play. 6:42 in a moving clock here in the fourth. So with Allie Horn on the near side, long possession here for Randolph. It's Bagby. Feeds it off for Green, goes off of her stick. But Green able to retrieve. Pressured by Lopez Velez. Off to Horn. Horn's pass deflected by Lopez Velez, still loose, and now a violation called on Randolph. Possession will go back to the Tornadoes. Zan Hill trying to work quickly with 6 minutes to go here in the fourth. As Hill brings it right to left, gets it across the stripe for Brevard. Zan racing down the middle of the field. Zan makes a move on her defender. A quick shot and a save by Ray Norville. Again, another nice save for Norville to keep this a 3-goal lead for Brevard. As Bagby tries to work in transition. No numbers for Randolph. Bagby still tries to squeak through. Has it poked loose. And scooped up by Emma Demkovich. Demkovich across the midfield stripe, clearing it for the Tornadoes. She lost it, however. Gets it back. Now feeds off for Delana Smallwood. Smallwood inside for Harden. Jarred off her stick. And Green collects for the Wildcats. Green has her pass deflected by Smallwood, who almost scooped it up for Brevard. This ball bounces around, finds Tanneron near midfield. Makes a move on Norris and gets it across for Randolph. The pass, however, too high, and it will bounce stay in play, but scooped up by Tallulah Fish. And as time continues to dwindle down, Randolph's opportunities becoming less and less here in the fourth quarter. It's been a fourth quarter dominated by the Tornadoes as the pass bounces across midfield, finds Selena Smallwood. Big part of this fourth quarter, I think, has been the absence of Mackenzie Woodson, who had a really hot game for this Wildcats team. 5 goals, 2 assists, 7 points for Woodson, who has not seen the field here in the fourth. As we approach 4 minutes to go, Brevard comfortably letting the shot clock dwindle as Norris trying to feed inside for Zan Hill, and a turnover as Green wins it back. Had it jarred loose, however, and it finds Ray Gurnier. As Norris wins the ground ball and the Tornadoes control with 3:45 and a moving clock. Norris tries to dice inside. She has it jarred loose, and it's won back by the Wildcats. Back to Norville in goal. We'll flip it towards Green. Her pass too wide, and Gurnier able to win it back again for Brevard. Gurnier makes a move on Green. Trying to feed it to Harden. Had it poked away. But Gurnier able to win the ground ball again and keep possession for the Tornadoes with 3:18 to go here in the fourth. Gurnier back to Casertano, who has had herself a fourth quarter. 3 goals here in the fourth as she feeds Zan Hill, and Zan Hill makes it 12-8 Tornadoes. That might have been the dagger with 3 minutes to play as Casertano gets her second assist. She has a team-high 5 points as Zan Hill scores her third.
Goal number 12, Zan Hill from Ariana Casertano.
And the Tornadoes' lead is a game-high 4. 5 unanswered here in the fourth. In a game, Brevard trailed by 1 coming into the fourth quarter. It's been all Tornadoes here in the fourth and final frame to pull away from the Wildcats. It's going to be tough at this point for Randolph to make a comeback, again, especially with the limited numbers, only 10 players on the field for the Wildcats in the fourth quarter. Tornadoes win the draw. It's with Zan Hill, who just scored the last goal to make it 12-8. She'll feed Maddie Norris up top. It's 2:45 and a moving clock here in the fourth. Back with Zan, who peruses at the top. Looks for an option, feeds inside for Fournette. Fournette scoops it off the side of the goal, no good. But then it bounces around behind the net. Norville able to get to it. And possession goes back to the Wildcats with 2.5 to play. Green back to Norville, but it finds Harden, and Harden will score. A look what I found goal for Sophia Harden on an errant pass. Creates a quick turnover and a wide open goal for Harden to make it 13-8 Tornadoes.
Goal. Tornadoes goal number 10, Sophia Harden.
So 2:17 to play. Brevard most likely will improve to 2-3 on the season with this Friday non-conference win over Randolph. What a game it's been. Really back and forth. Randolph had a 4-3 advantage after one. Brevard outscored Randolph 4-3 in the second to make it 7-0 at the break, and then a defensive-focused third quarter in which only 1 goal was scored. But now a 6-goal explosion for Brevard in the fourth quarter to take this 13-8 lead. Norris wins the draw back to Zan Hill. The Tornadoes can run most of the clock off here on this possession. With 2:05 to play, 77 seconds on the shot clock for the Tornadoes. As Hill races around her defender. Zan in the middle for Norris. Norris scoops it in the net. It's good on the assist from Zan Hill. Maddie Norris has another. And make it 7 goals here in the fourth for Brevard to grow the lead to 6.
Tornadoes
Maddie Norris with her third. She becomes the fourth Tornado to tally 3 goals in this one. 3 for Norris, 3 for Hill, 3 for Fournette, 3 for Casertano, and also 2 for Sophia Harden. As the clock spins, 1:39 to go on a moving clock as the officials signal to run the clock for the final 1 minute and change of the fourth. The draw finds a stick of Ray Garnier, but now a whistle. And a timeout for Randolph. Actually, they're going to let the clock run down and expire here in the fourth. So it'll look like a timeout, but Coach Bruce Reed is just going to let this clock run out, and the game will conclude. Brevard wins over Randolph 14-8 as the Tornadoes score 7 unanswered in the fourth. A game the Tornadoes trailed entering the fourth quarter. Brevard dominates in the final frame to take down the Wildcats here at home. What a game it was for the Tornadoes. Again, 4 players score 3 goals, with Maddie Norris, Zan Hill, Jordan Fournette, Ariana Casertano all with 3, and Sophia Harden added 2. For the Wildcats, again, it was Woodson who was held out of that fourth quarter, maybe a little banged up, as she scores a Randolph high 5 goals, with 3 others chipping in with 1 apiece. Baldwin had 1, Brigman with 1, and Green adds 1 as well. That will wrap up our action here at Ives Lamel Family Field. The Tornadoes improved to 2-3 on the young season. As we move closer and closer to conference play, that will start on Saturday. So tomorrow, Greensboro is the site for the second conference game of the season for the Tornadoes. The first one, Brevard won against North Carolina Wesleyan 13-8, looking to keep the good times rolling, as Brevard will face a quick turnaround to take on the Pride tomorrow in Greensboro, North Carolina. We'll talk to you next time. Ryan Wilkes signing off here live on YouTube.